A pleasant good morning and welcome to King's News Broom. 45 minutes of the most compelling news from Liberia and other parts of the world. Today is Thursday, March 13, 2025, and I'm your presenter, Otis Sankan. Story stopping the news this morning. Members of the majority bloc suspend Moserado County District Number 10 lawmakers from legislative activities for 30 section days, but Representative Yeka Koluba terms the suspension as a joke. Office of Embattled House Speaker demands Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman to provide urgent update in Capitol building ongoing arson investigation and a theft of property committed during intrusion of the Speaker's office. Criminal Code C sentences notorious Nigerian drugs dealer George Obi, popularly known as Original Japan's, to 20 years imprisonment and three others with 5 years each. And away from Liberia, peace talks between M23 rebels and DR Congo are set to start on March 18 in Angola. The headlines, the bulletin of the news, the voices of the newsmaker, and other development are all packaged in this early morning edition of King's News Broom. But let's take a very short break to return with the full bulletin of the news. Thanks so much for joining us on the news program this morning. The Office of Embattled Speaker, Councillor Funanti Kofa, has written the Inspector General of Police to provide a detailed update on the Capitol building alleged arson case. The communication specifically requests the current status of the investigation and findings. Recently, Embattled Speaker Kofa was invited by the Liberia National Police for questioning in regards to the Capitol building alleged arson attack. However, a communication for the Office of House Speaker is demanding that the Liberia National Police give an urgent update on the ongoing investigation into the incident. The communication further requests the LMP to also give update on illegal break-in and theft at the Speaker's office, which occurred on February 11, 2025. Embattled Speaker Kofa, Acting Chief of Office Staff Williet Cooper, in a communication addressed to RG Coleman, expressed frustration over the police silence for nearly a month after the complaint was filed. She asserted that the incident carried out by members of the majority bloc was not only unlawful but also widely publicized, raising concern about the rule of law and the integrity of the Liberia democratic institution. According to the letter, the unauthorized intrusion led to the removal of valuable government and personal property, including furniture valued at $50,000, Apple computer and other electronic devices, confidential government documents and office materials, and personal belongings of the Speaker and his family, some of which hold great sentimental values. Criminal Code C George Blamo Dixon has sentenced the Nigerian drugs dealer George Obi, commonly known as Original Japan, to 20 years in prison for his involvement in a large-scale drug trafficking operation. Judge Dixon also sentenced Original Japan 3 complaints: Peter Maima, Nwambudisi Okongwa, and Bridgestone Harrison for 5 years each in prison for the roles played in the criminal enterprise. Obi, Maman, Okonkwa, and Harris were charged with multiple offenses, including unlawful maintenance of distribution of controlled drugs or substances, on lessening sales and distribution of controlled drugs or substances and criminal conspiracy. Judge Dixon emphasized the strength of the evidence, stating the principal defendant, Judge Obi Alice Original Japan, along with co-defendants Peter Maima, Nubusi Okongwa, and Bridgestone Harris, were directly connected, chain to chain, to the evidence presented in this case. Despite the conviction, Judge Dixon acquitted four other individuals: Sunday Odet, Ivan Jambo, Igwe Davis, and Edwin Oziko, of all charges, citing insufficient evidence. The judge ruled that the prosecution has failed to establish a direct link between the acquitted defendants and the alleged drugs crimes. He further noted that the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency has wrongly charged them, as the evidence showed they were merely visitors to the compound and had no involvement in the drugs activities. Obi and three others guilty verdict was finalized on January 29, 2025, with pre-sentencing investigation. In another development, the former director of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Toba Yinswat, urged citizens to pursue higher education rather than sitting or settling for basic schooling. Dr. Yinswat emphasized that advancing one's education is crucial for unlocking greater opportunities. He expressed pride in witnessing the Sano Community College graduate its second accord and stressed the importance of perseverance in continuing education to help shape Liberia's future. Dr. Yinswat further underscored that the nation's progress relies heavily on the contribution of its citizens to national development. He encouraged the new graduates to serve the country with diligence and pride. Dr. Yinswat spoke on the government arrest agenda, urging that education be prioritized to ensure the success of the initiative. The former director of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Dr. Toba Yinswat, has alarmed over the critical state of the healthcare system in the country, highlighting the needs for better training and development of the nursing workforce. Speaking with reporters in Greenville, Sano County, when he served as keynote speaker during the graduation ceremony of the Sano County College, Dr. Yinswat called for urgent reform, development of strategies in addressing Liberia's broader healthcare challenges. According to him, there is need for the country to focus on the development of nursing education in the country, especially with county communities colleges. He also called for a comprehensive approach to improve curriculums, faculties development, and resources, something, according to him, is crucial in improving the quality of nursing education and, by extension, healthcare delivered in the country. The MPhil former director said Liberia is facing complex challenges, particularly its underlying infrastructure deficits in the healthcare workforce shortages. Dr. Yinswat added, while nursing education is essential, the support to healthcare reform cannot stand in isolation from other equally pressing issues like financial support. He argued that there is need for greater collaboration between the Ministry of Health, the county health teams, and the Ministry of Education in designing nursing education programs. Members of the majority bloc of the House of Representatives on Tuesday voted to suspend Mosharado County District 10 Representative Yaka Koluba. Representative Koluba has been suspended for 30 section days. The tough-talking district lawmaker suspension followed a report presented by Representative James Collette, representing the House Committee on Rules, Orders, and Administration. The committee recommendation for suspension was triggered by a complaint filed by River G County Representative Johnson Williams, who accused Representative Koluba of displaying rude and inappropriate behavior towards the leadership of the House. The majority bloc voted in favor of the suspension, though Representative Matthew Joe, Emmanuel Dan, and Sumo Moba expressed opposition to the decision. Meanwhile, Representative Yaka Koluba has termed as joke his suspension by the members of the majority bloc. In a response posted on Facebook, the Mosharado District 10 lawmaker said an illegal bunch of jokers would not silence him because he was never silent by past regime that had the legal authority to do so. Broome County Senator Edwin Snow has termed as deplorable the condition of the Liberian students studying in Morocco. In a communication addressed to the plenary of the Liberian Senate on Tuesday, the Broome County Senator alarmed over the huge risk factors associated with the delay in payment of arrears for the Liberian students in Morocco. Senator Snow described the student living condition as terrible and called for swift action by the government. He noted that while the issues has existed from one administration to another, the current administration must act now to save the future of the struggling Liberian students. In response, the pro-tem Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence assured the lawmakers that the issues will be addressed by the Liberian Senate. According to pro-tem Kanga Lawrence, the Senate will work through the relevant committees immediately upon their return from the pending break. Residents of Louisiana Township Fender community in Lower Montserrat County are calling on the House of Representatives to intervene in the ongoing destruction of lives and properties allegedly perpetrated by a man named Blama Wright and his gang, who claims ownership of several acres of land in the area. Reading the petition Wednesday on behalf of the residents at the Centennial Pavilion, Pastor Imara Gwempolo expressing deep concern about the growing fears and unrest in Fendel, particularly in Dennistown. He claimed that Wright and his gang members have been demolishing homes, foundations, and cornerstones while obstructing construction projects. Pastor Gbegwolu further alleged that Wright and his associates frequently enter the community armed with single-barrel guns, automatic pistols, and machetes, threatening to kill anyone who resists them. According to the pastor, Wright and his gang have been forcibly evicting people from their towns and villages to take possession of properties, a practice that has reportedly continued since 2012. He also accused certain police officers of being accomplices in Wright's action, claiming that while the case is still in court, he also alleged that Wright and his gang looted the Jehovah Outreach Ministry's property or preparatory school system on the right, on that Wright is connected to the government. In response to the petition, Representative Richard Cohn urged the residents to remain calm, assuring them that the House of Representatives could work towards an amicable solution as soon as possible. Lofa County District 3 Representative Momo Siafa Kpoto on Tuesday submitted a bill seeking for an amendment to making same-sex practices a criminal offense. The communication, which was submitted by the Lofa County representative, is intended for legislative enactment, an act to amend the Penal Code Chapter 14, Subchapter D, and add a new Section 14.8 making same-sex practices as criminal offense. Representative Koto made the summation during the 14-day sitting of the first quarter of the second section of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature at the Executive Pavilion on Broad Street. Sino County Agriculture Coordinator Maxwell Said is calling on the Ministry of Education to include agriculture into its primary and secondary national curriculum for elite preparation of young Liberians aimed at ensuring sustainable agricultural growth in the country. Speaking with journalists in Panama, Said emphasized that engaging young people in agricultural practices from an early age could equip them with the skills of enthusiasm necessary to drive the country's agricultural future. He believes incorporating agriculture into both primary and secondary education curriculums nationwide will foster a deeper passion for agricultural development. According to him, young people play a significant role in agricultural activities in countries like China and Asia, noting that Liberia can replicate the successful model by investing in its youth and promoting the transfer of agricultural technology. He further noted that the future of Liberia depends on agriculture, and equipping young people with the necessary tools and knowledge will greatly benefit the sector. The president of the Liberia National Bar Association, Councillor Bono Vaman, has called for greater accountability and transparency in judiciary spending. He also highlighted the significance for the integrity of Liberia legal system in response to Chief Justice Siane A. Yard opening address at the Supreme Court March 10. Councillor Vaman expressed the LNBA gratitude to President Bouakai and the government of Liberia for their adherence to the Financial Autonomy Act of 2006, acknowledging its milestone in an important step towards strengthening judicial independence in the country. Councillor Varman underscores the importance of transparency and accountability in the judiciary, stressing that these principles are vital for the effective functioning of Liberia's legal and governance system. He emphasized that while progress has been made, further improvements are necessary to ensure the judiciary operates independently and impartially. He reiterated that a truly independent judiciary is crucial for ensuring justice and fairness within Liberia's legal framework. The president of the LNB urged that the act, which has a foundation for judicial independence, be continually reinforced to safeguard autonomy, the autonomy of the judiciary and ensure that it is not only preserved but also strengthened in practice. He reaffirmed the LNBA commitment to advocating for a legal system that remains independent, impartial, and steadfast in delivering justice free from external pressures. Councillor Varma reiterated that a truly independent judiciary is crucial for ensuring justice and fairness within Liberia's legal framework. In accordance with Article 72B of the Liberian Constitution, Chief Justice Siane Yard delivered her final court opinion on Monday during the Supreme Court March 10th of court. In her address, Justice Yard announced that by June 2025 she will have reached the age threshold stipulated in the Constitution for mandatory retirement. He described her tenure as a successful realization of her lifetime commitment to justice. The third female Chief Justice of Liberia, Yor expressed deep appreciation for the support and cooperation she received from her colleagues on the Supreme Court bench throughout her tenure. Chief Justice Yor took time to emphasize the values that guided her throughout her career from her early days as an Associate Justice to her elevation to the highest judicial office of the country. She reaffirmed her unwavering dedication to ensuring justice and fairness within the country's legal system. Responding to Justice Your remark, Justice Minister and Dean of the Supreme Court of Bar, Councillor Oswald Tuet, praised the outgoing Chief Justice for her steadfast commitment to the rule of law. He also reiterated the executive branch's continuous commitment to working with the judiciary in upholding Liberia's legal framework and promoting justice. The Armed Forces of Liberia High Command has announced the launch of Operation True Guardians, a comprehensive security operation. The operation is set to commence at the end of March 2025 across the Western Region, Grand Kitman, Bomi, and Bapolu counties. AFL Deputy Chief of Public Affairs, Ed Dorado Yanti Jobo, said the Armed Forces of Liberia has observed that there has been a significant uptick in illicit activities, including cross-border smuggling of arms, drugs, among others. He stated that this illegal operation, facilitated by Liberia porous borders and limited in enforcement capabilities, have not only compromised national security but have also created an atmosphere of fears and instability within border communities. Jabot added that the absence of a consistent military presence in this region has further exacerbated the problems, creating fertile ground for criminal networks to operate with impunities. He further disclosed that the Ministry of National Defense and the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia have recognized the urgent need for a coordinated, sustained, and strategic approach to addressing these challenges. And away from Liberia, direct peace talks between M23 rebels and Democratic Republic of Congo are set to start in London on March 18. Angola presidency announced in a statement Wednesday. In January, the Rwanda-backed rebels launched a lightning advance in eastern DR, seizing the key cities of Goma and Bukavu. Previous rounds of peace talks mediated by Angola have failed to halt the fighting between the Congolese army and the M23 in the Vutatad regions of DR Seed Raven by infighting between various armed groups. But on Tuesday, Angola said the two sides had agreed to come to the negotiating table after Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi discussed the conflict with his Angolan counterpart, João Lourenço. He offered to timetable for when the negotiation would take place. Following the step taken by the Angolan mediation, delegation from the Democratic Republic of Congo and the M23 will begin direct peace talks on March 18 in the city of London, the Angolan presidency said in a statement. Tshisekedi had previously refused to engage in dialogue with the M23, which has carried out lightning offensives in the eastern DRC with Rwanda backing. In the post on X, M23 leader Bertrand Bisimon boasted of forcing Tshisekedi to the negotiating table, calling it the only civilized option to resolve the crisis. Thanks so much for rejoining us on the news program this morning. Today's development, residents of Louisiana Township Fenner Community in Lower Montserrat are calling on the House of Representatives to intervene in the ongoing destruction of life and property allegedly perpetrated by the man named Blackman Wright and his gang who claim ownership of several acres of land in the area. Yena is the head of the aggrieved communities dwellers.
We are here to petition the House on the way Blackman Wright and some of the police are treating us in our township. They are gesturing against us. They go to our villages and run behind people and take them from their villages and town, burn down houses, break down buildings, burn down, destroy cornerstone, even kill human beings. They got guns in the community. Everywhere they're chasing people. And we are not at peace in our community. No rest. Our children are not going to school in peace. Everywhere is scattered. We cannot go to places that we're supposed to go to. Even our church, I'm a pastor, the Jehovah Outreach Ministry, the land that we bought in 2006, 2 acres. Blackman Wright went there and fenced it by his own power. He said, Liberia for him. He fenced it by his own power. Broke down the pastor house, flat down on the ground. Closed our school. 23 years now, he closed our school. The Jehovah Outreach Preparatory School System, he closed it down flat. 3 years now. And so this is the reason why we have come to plead to our lawmakers. And so Blackman is everywhere, every angle causing trouble. Even there's a town called Nyovopolu, Sevetan, Sugarcane Farm. Right now, yesterday they were there. a group. They killed more than 100 men. So they are everywhere in every village. They're trapping people, destroying people, killing people with guns. They're running behind people with guns and burning down people's towns. Blama Rai is a son of Louisiana. He was born in Louisiana. We know him, man and pa. But he's running behind people on ground that all of the property in Caldwell. It's from Samukatan to be specific, from Samukatan to Central Sastan, coming down to Fender, Louisiana, to part of Johnsonville. All the property they say for him. He got his nephew, Waka Masakwe, his nephew, Sadu Bar. The other criminal he got, Loa Kennedy. The other one he got, Vanny passed away. Puski, his own son, Makun. They are all dead, killing people, running behind people, destroying people's property. It's panicking. It's very serious. It's a serious matter. Government got to take keen attention. He's a criminal. We know him. He doesn't have any land there. We can't go to him because he don't have any claim. How do I go to a criminal to go negotiate with him? He's a rogue. He's a criminal. We can't negotiate with him because we know him. He born there. We know a part. We know a man. He cleaning everybody's property. When you go to him, either you, the land have history. The land Blama is covering got history. People have been living on our land for 100 years, 200 years. They acquired the property for their family. 200 years. They have been there. Why somebody who just born 1968 would just come and say the property for me? Where you get it from? Over 3,000 acres of land. Blama look claiming. In fact, he going beyond. He said land does not have boundary. He land from soul tree to soul tree. He got no boundary with nobody.
His pastor Emmanuel Bepolu expressing deep concern about a growing fears and arrests in Fender, particularly in the Dennis town. In response to the petition, Representative Richard Kuhn urged the residents to remain calm, assuring them that the House of Representatives could work towards an amicable solution as soon as possible.
On behalf of the House of Representatives, I want to show you that we call Blama to investigate the matter. If Blama is doing it unlawfully, we have to put an end to it.
Amen.
And we call you because we want witnesses. So I'll make sure that we call you, we investigate the matter. Once we are right, is now correct, we stop it. When we get legitimate clean, then we'll send it to the Supreme Court. Okay? So thank you so far. Look at this belt. I mean, you have your 100 hours so you can pay your way.
His Moserado County District 11 Representative Richard Nangbe their response to petition from residents of Fender community. Sando County Agriculture Coordinator Maxwell Said is calling on the Ministry of Education to include agriculture into its primary and secondary national curriculum for early preparation of young Liberians aimed at ensuring sustainable agricultural growth in the country.
We need to carry agriculture back in our academics. Currently, not too many schools, academic schools around here are teaching agriculture. So that we can start from there too as well. Because you just gave an example. Sando Community College just graduated, and there were 3 students that graduated with a degree in agriculture. It doesn't so big because all of them came from high school. So if you have agriculture being taught in high school, people will grow up with a mindset to come and do agriculture at tertiary level. You understand what I'm talking about? So once you try to do that, the high schools around here to start and teach agriculture adequately, you see that agriculture will get better. And I told you the reason why I got the passion for agriculture is because my father is an agriculturist, right? And then, anytime he goes on the farm, I will be there with him. So he trained me how to play rubber. Yeah, that's the first thing I learned. Train how to play rubber. You go on our road farm now, everything is straight. My father to do that. So I love that. So he trained me to that. So once you get passion for something, it's something that when you go astray, it can hurt you a lot. So when you start teaching agriculture at the primary and secondary school, I believe that most kids in Liberia will get trained and they will develop passion for that. And I mean, with that, you see, most people will start graduating with agricultural degrees in Liberia. There are a lot of things you can see when you get out of Liberia, more especially in the agricultural sector. One of the things that attracted me in the agricultural sector of the Middle East is how well they are advanced into agricultural technology. Yes, the Lego China, the Lego Israel, they are to different level when it comes to agriculture. How can Liberia come to the same level? I have come to the conclusion that we need transfer technologies in our country and the nation at large.
His Maxwell Said, Sano Agriculture Coordinator, They're speaking to a team of journalists in Panama, Sano County. With half past the news hour now, it's a reminder that you are in tune to King's Newsroom, 45 minutes of the most compelling news from Liberia and other parts of the world. Today is Thursday, March 13, 2025, and I'm your presenter, Otis Sankan. Stories topping the news this morning. Members of the majority bloc suspend Mosserado County District 10 lawmaker from legislative activities for 30 section days, but Representative Yaka Kaluba terms the suspension as a joke. Office of Imbato House Speaker demands Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman to provide urgent update in Capitol building ongoing arson investigation and theft of property committed during intrusion of the Speaker's office. Criminal court sees sentences notorious Nigerian drugs dealer Josh Obi, popularly known as Original Japan's, to 20 years imprisonment and 3 others with 5 years each. And away from Liberia, peace talks between M23 rebels and DR Congo are set to start on March 18 in Angola. We take in another break to return with more development on the news program. Thanks so much for joining us on the news program this morning. The former director of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Dr. Tobo Yensua, has alarmed over the critical state of healthcare system in the country. He highlighted a need for better training and development of nursing workforce. Speaking to reporters in Greenville, Sano County, when he served as keynote speaker in a graduation ceremony of the Sano County College, Dr. Yensua called for urgent reform, development of strategies in addressing Liberia's broader healthcare challenges. So we hope to bring you that assets in our subsequent news broadcast. In another development, the former director of the National Public Health Institute, Dr. Tobo Yinsuan, urged citizens to pursue higher education rather than settling for basic schooling. Dr. Yinsuan emphasized that advancing one's education is crucial for unlocking greater opportunity.
The issues that were addressed today in my team was addressing the deficit of education, the impact and the crisis on achieving the arrest agenda for the government across all sectors. So we need to put premium on education because to build the roads, we need engineers. When the arrest agenda talk about roads, agriculture, healthcare, sanitation, tourism, and all of that, you will need people in the tourism sector who are trained in the healthcare sector to deliver primary, strong and quality primary healthcare. The educational system needs to be strengthened. And so I was impressed to see the Sino Community College putting out graduates after a lot of hurdles and challenges. The institution has been faced with the threats, looming threats of closures and all of that. And I was here to grace as a son of Sano County.
He's Dr. Tobo Yensua, former director of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia. They're speaking at Sano Community College graduation program in Sano County. Well, on that note, this is how we like to draw the curtains on this early morning edition of the program King's News Broom. But before we take a leave of you, here are stories we closely carry. Members of the majority bloc Suspend Musrata County District 10 lawmaker from legislative activities for 30 section days, but Representative Yaka Koluba terms the suspension as a joke. Office of Imbagdo House Speaker demands Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman to provide urgent update in Capitol building ongoing arson investigation and theft of property committed during the intrusion of the Speaker's office. Criminal Code C sentences notorious Nigerian drugs dealers Josh Obi, popularly known as Original Japans, to 20 years imprisonment and 3 others with 5 years each. And in foreign news, peace talks between M23 rebels and DR Congo are set to start on March 18 in Angola. Many thanks to all of our reporters and correspondents, including our contributors who helped in making this early morning edition of King's News a success. On behalf of the entire news team here at Royal Multimedia Business Group, my name is Otis Sankan, our presenter. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Good morning.